So usually I wouldn't know how to start off on doing a video like this. How to do an introduction, how to, tell you what I'm about to talk about. But when it comes to stuff like this, when it's a genuine, growing concern for the public, it's kind of hard to come up with something to grip you, to make you stay put, to make you like and subscribe. When in truth, all I need to tell you is the facts surrounding this, the stories that's emerged from this, and just be honest in my assessment, in my evaluation of what's happening. And what I'm talking about is this growing, trend of people engaging in the inhalation of laughing gas. Now, if people don't know what that is, it is usually, I think it's usually used for balloons and in dentistry, but recently, let me not say recently, but in recent years, I should say, there's been people getting small canisters and inhaling it in order to, get high, to become abbreviated. And now in recent times, they've upgraded to these large canisters. They're big. They're like the size of one of those 2-liter bottles you get from the supermarket. And they're just filled with this nitrous oxide gas. And I've been seeing it more and more lately. If I'm being honest, I remember leaving my house, going to the corner shop, and there it was. Some group of kids were just inhaling it. It was no one's business. I remember jumping off the bus, and there was the canister right there. Jump off another bus, there was another canister. I had grown used to seeing the small bullet-looking canisters that people were using to get high. They were littered in the streets. They were in parks. I was seeing them from young. I'm 22 now. I've been seeing the small ones since I was 14, 15. But nowadays, it's not enough for people. I'm seeing these big, everlasting canisters. They're huge. And people are just inhaling it like it's nothing. When there's so much risk that could come from inhaling nitrous oxide. I mean, the street term for it is just balloons, because the way you have to do it is you inhale it into a balloon, and then not inhale it into a balloon, you pump it in a balloon, then you inhale the gas from the balloon. But they're not aware of the damages that this could do to your system. We're talking brain damage, we're talking damage to your breathing. Got a quick little list there. Got memory loss, incontinence. That's a scientific way of saying you can't control when you go to the bathroom. Depression. It could be addictive. It could weaken your immune system, cause numbness, psychosis. This is a drug. This is a drug. When you look up and you research it, this is labeled as a drug, because you have the same reactions as a drug. I've never touched it. I've never touched any drug. You want to cut alcohol? Fine. Yes, I have. I'm not gonna lie. If you know me, I enjoy drinking as much as the next person. I'm a social drinker. But I've never touched one of these, and I don't want to. At first, it was sort of a niche way to get high, You hear from now and then the odd story of people doing it. You might see a canister or two lying about. You might hear someone saying they did it and they didn't like it. But it's no. When I go on social media, there's videos of people high from it. The growing stories of people being injured from it. on social media, I'm seeing people just do it in public like it's nothing. It's like, what just happened to doing weed? Is weed not enough anymore? Like, growing up, I was always prone to believing that the next easiest way to get high was weed. And then the ones where you could get high but would actually be harmful to your health was like cocaine, heroin, LSD. Like, those are the hard ones, which if you're not careful could kill you. Could kill you, straight like that. So I guess they're using this as a substitute, the next way to get high. And it's not like it's easy to purchase. These are mainly used for anesthesia. I said balloons, like inflate them, but that's stupid. That's my mistake. I need to own them. But like sedation, to treat pain, anesthesia, it's like used in certain volumes to help block pain, but they are using it for recreational uses, and they are just unaware of what they can do. Now, it's not like, there's a guy in a van driving around handing out to kids. You get easy if you just follow the right people on Instagram and Snapchat. They're selling it for cheap. Well, cheap relatively to other drugs you can get. And that's where it comes in, the addiction, because you're gonna go back and buy more. And then that's where it spirals and spirals. And it's not even they're just doing it to get high. They're doing it to get high while doing other stuff. So they're doing release, but then they drink it, but then they're smoking weed, and then this and that, and it's adding up, and it's joining, and it's ruining their system. It's slowly killing them. And not only that, they're doing this, and then going on to just act as normal. And what I mean by that is they will, inhale the balloon, maybe go off to work, drive a car, interact with other people, even to the point where they don't realize that they're doing it because they're just too high. I have 3 cases I want to look at. Alright? Just 3. Just to give a sense of the growing worry. So, this article was last year, September. It's from the Mirror, and they were warning freshers, so new kids at uni, to avoid laughing gas. Because at that time, it had killed 42 people. 42 people. It's not quite as suicide and all that, but 42 people died. This was reported 18th of September 2021. And that's just worrying, because I was at uni during that time as well. So, look at this. 2017, where you could buy it for just 50p a hit. It's so cheap. So cheap. Another one. This is a report from I think it's Lancaster Live. I want to say Lancaster Live. Yeah. Where a teen driver was doing balloons while driving. He passed out behind the wheel and hit another woman. Mother of 3 dead. And then he fled the scene. So he knew what he's doing was wrong. It's not like, maybe, I won't feel it. You knew what you was doing. But you passed out and you took a life. You took a mother of 3. Those kids will never see their mom ever again. Because you decided to get high. Get behind the wheel. And you passed out due to the level of high you were at. It's It's disgusting. I have no sympathy for you. I'm not sure how much they gave you. I hope that they gave him life. I really do. It's disgusting. Disgusting. He didn't even have his license. I'm looking at what the charges were. Causing death by dangerous driving. Driving dangerously while disqualified. Driving dangerously while unlicensed. Driving dangerously while uninsured. So he didn't have his license and he was disqualified. And he stole a delivery van as well. What the actual hell? That's just one case of someone doing balloons and being irresponsible due to his nature, due to him being high. Let's look at the next case. This one's more sad. This woman had been doing balloons to a point of binging them 3 days at a time. 3 days at a time for a span of, 3 years. And now she's paralyzed. She is paralyzed. She said that she started in 2017, age 25, and we're doing them 3 at a time. Because everyone was doing it. After which she would do it, and for the next 3 days she was vomiting, she couldn't drink or eat. She would be sick. There are points at which her hands and legs were going numb. She could not feel anything. She did quit in 2020, but it was too bad. It was too much. The body was damaged to the point where 3 years later it became paralyzed. She was too much pain in her body, had a slipped disc, she was unable to walk. Now she can't wash or feed herself due to excess use of balloons. What can I tell you? This is not a game. It's not. And the thing is though, it's not like it's illegal. It's legally used for catering and medicine. So it's not like you can restrict it. You can restrict it, but they're not. You should restrict it to suppliers only. You can only get it if you're running a business that actually has need for it. It needs to be logged down that you're buying this, and this, and you're getting it straight from the people who supply the gas. If not, don't bother asking. Don't. Because being paralyzed, being basically brought down back to a child, to where you was due to your excess use of balloons, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. This last bit that I found as recent as today, the 5th of August. The headline is, laughing gas patients are through the roof. The amount of patients we are getting in for balloons is getting out of hand. So not only do people have to worry about monkeypox or COVID, now we have to worry about ballooning patients. Because for my full-time or part-time job, I work in a hospital. And so I have to keep my eye out now for people who are essentially overdosing due to this. And this last person I want to look at, it's a sad story. Alex Littler, I can say. 16. He's 16. He went to some festival, he did it. He noticed he breathed too much in. And he had a dangerous amount, his lung ruptured, which led to a dangerous amount of air and nitrous oxide being trapped around his heart. He did make it, but he's still living with the consequences. He's forever changed by the choices he made to engage in a substance. And it's a growing problem. I have seen police cracking down on this. I have them. I'll give them their props. They have been cracking down. But more needs to be done. Otherwise, you get people dying in the streets. I don't understand. I don't know. One question we have to ask is, why do they feel the need to do it? Is drinking not good? Smoking weed not good? What pain are you in where nitrous oxide is the only, alleviation you get? I'm not a therapist. I can't give you the answers for that. But all I know is, if we do not act soon, there will be more fatalities. They will be. This needs to be stopped. But that's just my 2 cents anyway.